So
maybe something else, DSG. Chris was saying, yeah, how much space we're giving Amy?
Yeah, Amy definitely had quite a lot of space a couple of times, certainly in the earlier part of that game. So
maybe something else, DSG. Chris was saying, yeah, how much space we're giving Amy?
Yeah, Amy definitely had quite a lot of space a couple of times, certainly in the earlier part of that game. She certainly hasn't had as much ball going into the last minutes of that game.
Yep. On the ball now, always a strange option. Set to half, to left and half. Yeah, you got to love that. Let's put ourselves under pressure to start the game. Looking for Q straight away. Zanati hasn't come off in both checkers, has she?
I don't think she's come off, and starting the game again. We've also got to make sure her sister Luca is obviously on the field as well, and they do look like twins. So we may get this wrong every now and then. So maybe she has had a rest in favour of Luca.
I'm going to look for the knee guard.
Transferring around the back to Bridget Moldenhall, and nearly an intercept there from Juju.
It's not really a safe option pass, was it? There we go, straight into midfield again, and out.
That's an option that works really well if they continue to do that. But again,
that's when
Zanati just absolutely controlling so much of this game.
And she's got a great opportunity. Keeper went down very early there and almost exposed far post, but DSG very lucky to get away out of that. And I think they've got the outlet option. What a great attack by Mignona yet again.
I mean, she really is just potentially the difference in this game.
I think at the moment she is the difference, isn't she? I think she's the one. Obviously, got Mills' potential
straight
top
balls down the middle to the centre forward.
What a great chance for DSG on the other side. That's
I'm really not sure about that.
50-50 call. We'll go with Gary that you saw that.
Yeah, just smashed straight down the middle to the centre forward. Unusual. Clearly, everyone sleeping.
Maybe something that Chris and them spoke about at half time. A bit of harsh there by Gary. I suppose it would have gone out.
What is like we said in the beginning, it is Amy Mills and Zanati at the moment really creating a lot of the danger, and the DSG unit playing together and creating danger as 11 players. I
think they're a bit worried how easy they found a striker, that long pass there. Something defence need to be just a little more aware of.
I was going to say, it looks like we went a bit more of a three-quarter press there, but as the ball went live, still stepping high. And ball turned over, Nikki DeToy on the ball. Also grade 10 in the provincial side, in the under-16A side.
Kings have come away with it. Do quite nicely. Looking for options, Mills.
Great turnover from Chelsea Leonard in the midfield. Also great ball carrier.
Kings a little bit of trouble here. Hello. Nice. Keeper's got the blow there. Again, a little bit of vulnerabilities at the back there in defence. DSG looked like they created a great chance. A little bit too easy for DSG, I think. I think that's a concern for Kingswood, how easy that was. But a bit of a city turnover by Mignona in that occasion. She's done it once or twice in the game. Trying to connect to the Mills, but she ended up passing the ball straight to DSG. There's the change we spoke about.
And DSG doing hard yards to shut this down, but Chris has moved away from his usual left wing press, I see, and leaving that right half open for the ball to come through.
I think if Kingswood move the ball laterally at the outlets, that's where they look the most vulnerable. So I think Chris is probably allowing the ball to go left and right off and then putting pressure in those corners. There's another almost turnover from the back four. Kingswood lucky to get away with it. Mignona looking to spread the ball. Great pass to
left half. This is, if Kingswood also do a little bit of this and open up some space for themselves to receive the ball in the midfield.
Mignona the ball now. It's the ball into the D. She's trying to get a short corner. She's got a short corner. There again.
Second short corner of the game, and both to Kingswood.
It was actually Q connecting. It was a great pass from Q all the way down to left half, and then connected with Mignona after that. Both of them just absolutely bossing the midfield at the moment, doing a great job for Kingswood going forward.
Nice from Zanati there, mixing it up. She's carried into the circle probably the last 4 or 5 times, and here she's released the ball and created a different opportunity for them, and it's turned it into a scoring chance.
Kingswood have set up the same as they did the last corner. Let's see what DSG do in defence here. Bit of a scrappy.
Great step up from Daisy, much quicker on the first wave there than in that previous short corner. Shut that down much more aggressively.
Yeah, also another slow injection there.
Was another slow injection, giving them time to come out. But here we go again. Zanati in the midfield is carrying.
Great option to the right if she saw it. She's carried herself into the top of the D. On her own at the moment. Looks to find her friend. Wrong option, I think. Had a couple of other options. But
this is
DSG
3
on the
versus
counter.
3.5 with Torva on the ball. Torva also an
See
incredible
the lead away
reverse
from free player for DSG in front of the keeper. They can find her. Oh no, wrong
Very-
option there again.
And well done from Bridget Moldenhall,
Yeah.
just holding up, not overcommitting in the circle there.
Brilliant,
She's done well.
I'm not sure the DSG strikers led as much as they could. They seemed to make it a little bit easier for the Kingswood defence in that particular occasion. They all kind of held a narrow field, which meant that Kingswood, weren't ever under pressure. But this is now Daniels on a bigger counter-attack. A great chance. It's got Moles, who just loses position at the wrong time. Appealing for something, I'm not sure what it
I think
was.
she's peeling for a reverse stick there, but fantastic long arm reach. And here we go, Nikki
DSG
Detroit tearing down the
end-to-end
middle.
stuff, yeah, Dave.
And with this end-to-end, we've got a much more open field.
DSG still very static. No one, the strikers aren't leading much. They're staying very still, waiting for the ball. I think they're going to have to, something they're going to have to address. They're staying very static as strikers, making defending a lot easier than it should be.
That's a great pick from Indepila at left half. Just watched her onto the stick.
And good distribution as well to create a chance now for DSG.
That's all-
Again, Dave, there we go, a slight lead from DSG going to outside, which is good, and she's got the ball as a result of it. And leading to the back of the D, it's a great attack from DSG. Yeah, keeper's gone down, it's a mistake, and she scored.
And Enya Kemp is just on fire, carrying the ball.
Kings are just showing their vulnerabilities there in defence. A bit of a soft goal. Keeper didn't really cover near post. Just went underneath her, rolled into the far post. But great attack from DSG. Great lead outwards, which created the space, which they didn't do the last few minutes. So good to see the strikers react there to actually lead well to get that ball. In the last attack, they all kind of held narrow, and Kings have managed to attack very, very easily.
Yeah, definitely much better leading in that phase of play. Definitely looked like the leading wasn't great before that, which was hampering their chances of scoring goals.
So 2-1 to DSG. There was a lot of attacking in the last 5-6 minutes, Dave. I think
that was really end-to-end
indicative
and
of what's coming.
created a lot of space on the park, which I think both sides like a little bit of space to play in.
But Nyanim is slowing it down a little bit there to get a breather for a team. But they're back in attack now. DSG can't the ball in and just clear it out to the side of the field. So DSG will have the ball on the halfway line. The Kings will show the ball on the halfway line.
Kingswood really stretching the field here. You can see their left wing pulling out far up the field and creating a lot of space. But
mistake there. But more than all cleans up nicely. No, she's got to reverse her stick.
Both players run away from the ball.
No,
That's
DSG to
unfortunate.
take the hit there early. But she's got it now. She's off.
Kiara Williams wins. He's got a great
They're up to look at the middle of the field very easily. But easy clearance for Kingswood again. Both strikers on P-spot there. Just something they need to look
Kelly
at.
Hobson gets the ball live early.
Going to the baseline again. She's in the D, looking for the winner penalty corner. And I think she's got it.
She has.
Done well.
Got a penalty corner here for DSG, their first of the game. Are we going to see the drag flick from Torva is the question.
Big moment in the game here for Kingswood. They want to let DSG pull 2 goals ahead here. Let's see how they go. We called it though, Dave. This game has just opened up completely in this third chuck here.
If they do go 2 goals ahead here, it's gonna change the whole nature of the game.
7-7.
It is the drag onto the foot. Another short corner and another quick discussion from Nina Owen-Jones running up and having a chat to Torva. Be interesting to see if they now move away from the drag flick.
I think you called it earlier, a bit of a slow injection on the surface. Again, a little bit sticky.
Crowd has gone hush for this one.
bit of a variation. Not finding the pass, and Kingswood managed to clear it well. So there'll be a lot of relieved Kingswood players there. Keep the score 2-1, 5 minutes to go in this third chucker. A great game of hockey here today.
Certainly both teams are going to have to revisit their short corner ejections and whether that's going to change how they play short corners.
DSG on attack.
Kelly Hobson gets the ball live and wins it again. Does she go live again?
It's a good ball looking for the top of the D. Just intercepted by Mignana there. And she comes away with it.
No, we haven't seen Zanati on the ball for a couple of minutes,
Yeah.
and here she is back in the game. Really is just, when she is near the ball, controlling a lot of this game.
Kingswood now the outlet.
Taylor on the ball here at the back. Certainly looks like she's going to go to air, the setup.
Interesting there, Mignana much higher, trying to change slight roles there with Q. Just, trying to get the DSG defense thinking a little bit.
This is Torva's real strength here coming down the left flank.
I think Mildenhall's defended very well there. Kept her shape. She's going to get the hit there, yep. So, options taken quickly there. She decides not to. A really difficult position for her right now. She's got Mignana ahead of her. And that's where the pass is made. A bit of a kind of work by Mignana there, which means DSG get the ball easily.
Kept the ball live here. DSG dropping the ball back and getting themselves into quite a lot of trouble here. And they've got to be really careful.
There.
Turned over to Q in the midfield.
That's a great pass to top of the D to Daniels. It's a very dangerous position. I think she just loses control of the ball there. But Mills is still on the ball.
I think great defence though from the back
pass
four.
by
And this
Mills.
is a great pass.
Mills showing her class there, not doing herself, and she's won the short corner. Brilliant attacking play from Kingswood.
So given our commentary about short corner pushes, do you think we might see something different now?
You might. I'll be surprised we haven't seen water out into the injection spot yet. They might look for a shorter option, not all the way to the top of the D.
This is looking a little bit different. Both Mills and Kiana upright at the top of the circle.
I think Mills is going to pick and shoot straight away. What they're looking for. Now pass back to Daniels. A scramble in front of the goal line, and they've got it in. It's a goal. They've equalised 2-2. Good variation there.
Great variation. Great. Keeper made a great first serve in the air, but in making that save went to ground, and on the rebound they managed to get it over her head. So well done to Kingswood.
We only got another 4 more goals to go in this game, Dave.
And we are running out of time, but a whole chucker to go. We might still get your 3-3.
No, we'll get our 3-3 probably this chucker. DSG on attack. Great pass into left midfield. Just intercepted by Kingswood. A very important little interception that it is too. DSG not committing too many players to the D, but this is a great chance now for DSG. Top of the D. Good defence, and Kingswood win the ball.
Solid defence there. Great coming back to the 2-all. I mean, it really still is anyone's game. Even at this point of the game, I wouldn't like to be a betting man.
Absolutely. I think it's pretty much as we called it. We said, could DSG close down Mills? Could they close down Mignana? They probably haven't been able to just yet, which has meant why Kingswood can score the goals. But likewise, Kingswood defence haven't been able to cope with the attack from DSG. So 2-2 is a great game of hockey in Kday.
Yeah, certainly possession advantage to DSG, but Kingswood just so electric on the turnover and attack and creates so many scoring opportunities from that.
Big talking point you mentioned earlier, Dave. Legs. Yeah, will Kingswood have the legs? They've relied a lot on Q, a lot of Mignana, a lot of Mills. We've spent most of the game on the park, so that might be a telling point later on in the game. Kingswood must keep it simple, a little bit tricky. There was a different option there. They got themselves in trouble, lucky to get away with that. Interesting option there.
I think we're starting to see Zanati run out of legs there, behind the central defender on the ball coming out the circle.
definitely changed their mindset from Kingswood. Both of those outlets, big smashes up the park, both been turned over, but now this one finds Daniels. Third one in a row there, Dave.
Third one in a row, and maybe it is just trying to ease a little pressure from themselves.
Yeah. Playing the other side of the park.
Great turnover from Nikki and Enya, the 2 grade 10s.
Oh, just not managed to connect and has lost the ball. But again, Kingswood under pressure, and they're 23 at the outlet. They'd rather want to get the ball on the other side of the field. Let's see what Mildenhall does here. That's the end of the chucker. 2-2. What a great game of Kday hockey for the girls.
This is not dissimilar to the netball last night, going into the 4th chucker level with really anyone's game.
I think a lot of the people in the crowd are a little bit edgy, nervy, a little bit subdued at the moment. They don't know where the game is going. But a relief for the players just to have a little breather here.
What is quite interesting, at 2-all in the 3rd chucker, still a lot of open player hockey. Neither side really panicking at this point. Umpires haven't had a lot to do. Yeah, just good open hockey from both sides.
I think the umpires pretty got it, most of it spot on. It's always quite fun to moan at umpires when you get a chance, but we haven't had the chance today. I think they've been pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think they've had any challenging calls either. Which just talks to, I think, the quality of the hockey from both sides.
There might be a bit of controversy in the last chucker, yeah.
Be interesting to see what happens now. I can tell you one thing: the crowds are going to start getting into this game as we move into this last chucker at 2-all. It's any circle entry, I think, is going to create a lot of excitement.
Coaches have got 1 minute to have a chat. There's nothing you're going to say that's going to have any bearing on the game. Yeah, just calm and keep it simple. Kingswood there, for me, the last few minutes seemed to just get a little bit panicky at the back 4 for the first time in the game, really. And this was one of our biggest concerns. Maybe just saying to them now, just calm down, guys, keep it simple, don't change anything. What they've done for the first 3 chuckers has worked well, so why would you change that?
Yeah, they've been, on that point, I mean, those back 4 have actually been rock solid and really have contained the DSG attack. If I was Chris Hibbert, I'd definitely be encouraging my forwards to just lead a little bit more aggressive and try to rip that back 4 open to let the midfield carry through. But like you said, you've really only got 1 minute to try and talk some advice to these people.
Yeah, I think the DSG strikers have maybe made it a little bit easier for Kingswood. Haven't really asked the questions that they could and they have the ability to. So Kingswood almost got a little bit lucky from a little bit slow reactions from the DSG strikers to lead. I think once we see that they did lead, we led straight away to a goal. And I think that's maybe something those strikers will be talking to themselves. Just leading, re-leading, ask questions of the Kingswood defence, who are you marking? I think by doing that, you'll probably tear open the defence a lot more than they are right now. Right now, Kingswood will be very happy going to this last chucker 2-2. I'm not sure who came in as underdogs. It's probably came in as pretty even. We've got all the way to the 3rd chucker 2-2. So great game of hockey, last chucker ahead of us.
As we go into this last chucker, just looking at the Kingswood lineup, it really hasn't changed a whole lot during the game. Is that going to be telling when it comes to legs as we go forward? I mean, I see our midfield, Zanati, Amy, Q, all still on the park.
That's the one benefit, I think, to the underdogs, if you're going to call it, the smaller schools. The 4 chucker system gives you that time. It's 15 minutes, have a break, get back on the park. Gives you a chance to maybe keep your key players on the park a little bit longer, as opposed to playing 30 minutes or half, especially girls hockey. Your big players get tired very quickly.
Certainly as a coach, and I think Chris Hibbert's finding this new chucker system has changed the dynamic of rolling your bench and your substitutions. Certainly we're playing 15s today, but generally playing 12s. It's really difficult to roll a big bench. But is that going to be the difference?
It's interesting how they retain roles between Minyana and Q. Q looking to be a little bit more defensive now, but pushing forward, looking for the ball from Minyana. GC picked up that threat now. It's a good lead, it's a good run. Top of the D, but I think DSG have not. A double turnover, they're back.
Great turn. Enya Kemp on at left wing here.
It's a great little run, this, isn't it? Great pull into midfield. She's on her own a little bit. There's only 1 or 2 DSG players up. DSG a little bit slow to get numbers up on that attack.
Nicely cleaned up from Q there, who looks like she's come out of the midfield into that centre back, that free centre back role.
Yeah, definitely swapping roles with Vinyana there a little bit. Mildenhall intercepts and clears, pushes up the line, and relief for Kingswood. DSG deep in their half at the moment. Kingswood are pushing up into that difficult zone, trying to put a pressure on the ball carrier. And she's got herself in a bit of trouble, 1-on-1 with the striker in front of her. Lucky to win the ball. Let's see what she does the second time around. Looks like an easy pass. There we go.
Into the midfield, a lot of space there in the midfield. Great ball from Chelsea Leonard to
superbly well. Good chance for DSG. A lot of space. Unmarked. A B-spot. Great save by the keeper, and she's won the ball. We were worried about the defence of Kingswood there, but the keeper did brilliantly there. On her own, the defence had it down a bit. Marking was very poor. It ended up being just 1-on-1 keeper and striker, and she did brilliantly, didn't she?
Clearly a lot of excitement up here on the commentary, both commentating over each other. Yeah, really well done from Luciana there. She hasn't had a massive amount to do, which has spoken to, although DSG have been making circle entries, they haven't really been turning them into pressure on the keeper.
A lot of questions asked the Kingswood keeper, then she came out good. Kingswood now looking to rebuild. Outlet option available. Go that option. DSG pushing very hard. Don't want to take a 1-on-1. Great order, superbly.
Great run from Mildenhall up the middle there. And a slap up the middle, right into the danger zone. Daisy Dixie. Daisy Dixie has done well there. Maintained possession, let the ball go early, out to right link. And Nikki DeToy carrying.
Counter, Kingswood got numbers back. Turn of the ball, but big turnover for
There's
DSG.
any lead left into the far corner. There it is, that's the ball.
Good lead.
And again.
Big moment here. Top of the D, maybe a little bit of backing. Yep. Dave Wright. Sorry, Dave Frayne umpiring quite well there.
Yeah, great umpiring from Gary Frayne. Definitely Torva got to be careful using the body to shield as she comes in from the left-hand side there. Must say, if she had carried there and just done a little arc onto the foot, I think would have been really the winner move there.
Opened it up well. What a great attack from DSG though.
This game has certainly opened up in these last minutes. Hasn't become scrappy, which is what you would often anticipate at 2-2 going into the last chukker. It really is open play. I think both sides leaving it all out there and going for the win.
So it might become a little bit scrappy, as you just said, Dave, in the last few minutes, as both teams push to get that goal. You'll probably find a little bit more direct hockey, less patience, less possession. But DSG have done well there, just to try and build it up a little more. Looking for a good ball into the corner here. It's a great ball. Can she trap it? That's brilliantly. Kings managed to tidy up, but hit to DSG just outside the D.
That was a lovely little pick on the reverse from Juju on that baseline. It was a bit of a tester. It had a bubble and a bit of pace on it, but she did really well to make something of that.
I think we're going to see a lot more of that open play in the next few minutes here. DSG on attack on the back of the baseline. Pulling the ball inside rather, looking to make a pass. Kings to defend well. Vignano now, 23-metre line, carrying, looking for pass options.
Well intercepted from Indepile. Also
younger Vignano, isn't it?
I have to be honest, Greg, it really is quite difficult to tell from up here. I think number 8 is Zanati. So great ball. Fantastic. Into Kelly Hobson. Can she make something of this? Strong arc. She got the short corner there.
There's a shorty.
Well done, Kelly Hobson. Such a good receive and pivot onto the foot.
Dave, last time you were asking about would Kingswood do anything different in the short corner attack. Now we see what DSG do anything different.
DSG managed to think ahead and bring a bucket of water. There's a light post in the way here.
And the photographer. DSG just taking their time. Talk about big moments in the game. 9 minutes to go. This is a massive moment for both teams here. Kings are desperate to get numbers up and defend, react if DSG do anything different. DSG have to ask a question here. They have to get a shot on target.
Got Nina Owen-Jones on the push out, Chelsea on the stop, and I'm gonna call it. It's going to be a drag from Torva.
Injection's good. Variation, slip to the left. Oh, slip drag, and she's got it. What a great goal.
That is an absolutely phenomenal short corner.
Superbly executed. I think they deserve their lead 3-2 there. Brilliant. Straight off the training ground, a bit of a cliche. But yeah, if you're going to score goals like that, then no one's going to complain.
I think Kingswood, much the same as myself, were anticipating the straight drag from Torva, so she's done really well just to roll that. As you've seen, Enya Kemp also got a great drag on her, so had a little bit of space and time to put that one into the net.
Chris Hibbert will be smiling. Is that Mills on attack the top? They're looking for an onshore corner. Just been robbed.
Kingswood certainly not holding back. Have taken that goal and it's energized them a little bit.
I want to say it, Dave. 3-3.
Given that you said you weren't a betting man, I'm starting to fear you should have put some money on this one.
DSG with the ball, looking to connect.
That's a great ball.
Space.
To Enya Kemp with a lot of space here.
That's good defence by Morgan Hall. Brilliant. She's been a rock for Kingswood defence in this game, hasn't she?
She really has been. Really just kept DSG in check in this left-hand channel specifically.
And they've looked dangerous going forward into that channel, and almost every single time she's come up good. This is Minyanya in the middle of the field, looking for a direct pass. She finds it. Mills now top of the D. Can she win a short corner? Can she get a shot away? She does get a shot away. Asking a lot to shoot from there.
Again, this is the sheer electricness of Zanati and Mills able to turn this game on its head. Just quite simply charging down the middle and creating fantastic scoring opportunities.
Mills possibly could have looked for a short corner there. We wouldn't have said that if she put that in the top corner, would we have? Morgan looking to get the ball to Mills early, trying to get her head up. And she has found Mills. Mills does well to release. Kingswood connecting well. Mills looking to get the ball back. She's got it. Can she get the ball into the D? Mills a little bit close to D, so she has to pass. Kingswood definitely looking to get back into the game here.
This really is still anyone's game. Kingswood, DSG doing well to contain them there. Again, both sides looking for the long ball to go forward.
I think DSG know they can't wrestle a 3-2.
Duki Sanuga with somebody free at the top of the circle.
DSG, they hit to the 23-meter area. DSG only got one strike in the D at the moment. Players looking to lead into the D, I think. Ball comes in out. Well cut out. Kingswood leaving players very high. I think that's Mills on the top of the D now, looking for the counter-attack. Binyan looks for her. Can she find her?
So Nati just running through the middle of the field here.
Oh, she's got to the top of the D. Brilliant. She won it back. She has. Can she get a pass? Can she get a pass? Yeah, looking under her shoulder there. The options left and right there. Maybe a little bit too direct. Hugh on the ball. Good pass.
That's fantastic hockey from Kingswood.
And they win a shorty. No, bit of a soft, bit of basics there. Big
DSG
moment.
should be looking to slow things down here a little bit at this point of the game.
You would think so.
You would think so, but it doesn't look like it.
Aerial pass. More than all again, but I think she didn't close the 5-meter gap.
It's a lovely offload into the left channel.
One or two DSG players lost their marker there for a moment.
Great ball back into midfield with space. Can we make something of this?
Oh, mistaken skill. There's going to be a short corner. Yep. Basically, in the Kingswood defence down there. 4 minutes on the clock. Short corner to DSG. 3-2 up.
I think that last ejection and movement from DSG, I think there is time for the drag flick. Having said that, though, we will notice now that Torva is not on the field. So they are going to have to look for something different.
What I do enjoy, Kingswood are defending the short corner, but Mills, Binyana, Daniels, all moving to really attacking positions. That mindset, just turn over the ball, get the ball ahead to them and try and get that equaliser.
I'm aware that Bevan Bennett earlier in the season has pulled off his goalkeeper and put 11 outfield players with 3 minutes on the clock. Something that crazy going to happen today?
Fraction early, I think, at the moment. I think when you get down to the last 1.5 minutes, I think you might well see something like that happening. It's a good flick. And they've scored. Good drag flick again. Kings are a little bit slow to go out the blocks there, I think.
They were a little slow on that, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that's a hat-trick for Enya Kemp.
Well deserving, I think.
Very well deserved. Really having a stormer of a game, she is. 4-2 with 2 minutes on the clock, a little over 2 minutes. It's going to be hard for Kingswood to bring this one back now, I think.
Well, they're going to have to score the next minute, won't they? That's for sure. Knowing the players have gone to the park, they could do it. Mills now. She's just lost possession.
Kingswood are definitely one of the sides that can make this happen, though.
That's good. DSG is giving them a little bit of a chance here. No cards in today's game. Both teams very composed. No bad tackles. Good ball by Binyana.
I think that's Q on the ball. And just charging through. I mean, really, there's just some phenomenal ball carries. And there we go. Shorty with 2 minutes on the clock.
Talk about massive moments in the game. This is it.
They really need. They're going to have to score this to have a look in for a draw, I would say.
I know you want to be clinical, but Kingswood really need to get a rush on you. The scoreboard's not their friend at the moment. So the more seconds that tick away, they don't need one goal, they need two. They need to get back in this game straight after scoring.
Nikki Furkus, the goalkeeper there, just dragging a bit of time as well.
It's a good injection. Mills.
Great save. And a
two great saves. They needed that. Still trying to get the ball out.
And cleared out.
DSG defended brilliantly there.
Nikki Furkus has just made two titanic saves there. The first one, a deflection from the DSG, interestingly, and then on the rebound. So Nati just carrying through.
Okay. Pulls the trigger on the reverse from a very wide angle, maybe a little bit wasteful, but just indicative of how desperate they are to score with 1 minute on the clock. 60 seconds is a long time, Dave.
It is a long time. Let's see if DSG can manage to run this clock.
This is crucial now. They can't turn over the ball in this outlet.
That's probably the right thinking from Daisy Dixie. Just get it up the field.
Oh dear, mistake in basics there by Kingswood. And DSG on attack as a result of it. Just more seconds being wound down. 30 on the board.
DSG really not playing slowly, are they? They're still keen to try and get one more on here.
As time ticks past, Kingswood are going to struggle. They're not going to score 2 goals in 17 seconds. And straight away you can hear the difference in the crowd as the crowd realises how the game's going to end.
There it is, the crowd counting down. DSG crowd massively excited for the end of the game here at 4-2.
And that's how it ends, Dave. 4-2 to DSG. Probably well deserved. The game probably a little bit closer than that. But I think they'll be ecstatic. And well done to Chris Hibbert. I think his team, as you called before it, very clinical. I think those short corners, the biggest difference of the day, how clinical they were in attack. And that's just practice. So all those hours on the training ground paying off for DSG.
And the game certainly opened up there in that last chucker as well, but a bit more space from both sides, and maybe it was also just that bigger bench from DSG in the depth, able to just hang in with a little bit more legs at the end of the game.
I know nothing's going to solve the Kingswood team right now with a loss, but the fact that they've put out a cracker of a game for Kday audiences to watch, I think they've been brilliant, and equally so. DSG have matched them and just eclipsed them a little bit at the end there. So congratulations both teams, and obviously to Chris Hibbert and his DSG side for winning the 2019 Kday.
Yeah, well done, Chris Hibbert, well done, DSG. But from both sides, I mean, that really was just a fantastic display of first-team girls hockey. We really can be proud of what we've been able to watch here.
And this is why we are the headquarters of the FIH in Grahamstown.
And you can quote Greg van Mollendorf.
Thanks for joining us, Greg van Mollendorf.
And David Wright, it's been an awesome Kday. I hope you catch the live coverage on DigiTV of the first-team boys rugby. That would be Kingswood versus St Andrews a little bit later this afternoon.
Thanks, Dave.
Cheers, Greg.